Here's the top stories for November 23rd. The Independent Commission for Infrastructure says the arrest warrant against Representative Zaldy Co is one of the most important steps in attaining justice. The Philippine Coast Guard shadows 2 Chinese ships near Bajo de Masinloc. Lawyer denies former President Rodrigo Duterte was found unconscious and says the former president is awaiting ICC ruling on release plea. A new low-pressure area is expected to enter the Philippine area of responsibility and may develop into tropical depression, Verbena, according to PAGASA. Israel launches strikes in Gaza in the ceasefire's latest test as hospitals say 24 were killed. The Independent Commission for Infrastructure on Saturday, November 22nd, described the issuance of arrest warrants against former Ako Bicol party list representative Zaldy Co and other co-accused in the anomalous flood control projects as one of the most important steps in attaining justice. ICI Executive Director Brian Hosaka welcomed President Marcos's announcement that a warrant of arrest has already been issued against Co, which came after ICI filed recommendations for plunder and graft charges against him. The issuance of the arrest warrant by the Sandiganbayan is very important to the trial of those accused in the flood control scandal, Hosaka said. This is a signal and the start of the court process to finally achieve justice for the people, he added. Hosaka said that the arrest warrant will now also serve as legal basis to compel Co to return to the country. The Philippine Coast Guard gave China a dose of its own tactics on Sunday, November 23rd, after BRP Cabra shadowed 2 China Coast Guard vessels near Bajo de Masinloc in the West Philippine Sea. Commodore J. Terriella, PCG spokesperson for WPS, said the BRP Cabra closely tailed the CCG vessels with bow numbers 4305 and 3305 after spotting them 26.22 nautical miles east of Bajo de Masinloc and more than 93 nautical miles off Palawig, Zambales during a routine patrol. This, despite the 44-meter BRP Cabra significantly outmatched in size compared to CCG 4305, a Type 301 Zhaokai-class 134-meter patrol vessel, and CCG 3305, a Type 056A-derived 111-meter patrol vessel of Shucha II class variant. Terriella said the PCG issued repeated radio challenges ordering the Chinese ships to leave, citing violations of the Philippine Maritime Zones Act, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, and the 2016 arbitral ruling that junked Beijing's sweeping claims in the South China Sea. He noted that the move underscored the PCG's mandate to defend Philippine maritime zones and prevent the normalization of unlawful Chinese presence using the same close-in monitoring tactics Beijing has long employed against Filipino vessels. Nicholas Kaufman, former President Rodrigo Duterte's lead counsel, denied reports that the ex-leader was found unconscious inside his room in the detention facility of the International Criminal Court in The Hague, Netherlands. I would like to state in no uncertain terms that the information circulating on the internet suggesting that former President Duterte was found unconscious in his cell this morning is totally untrue. A statement posted in Duterte vlogger Alvin and Tourism's Facebook page said, "I have just spoken to him and he is stoically awaiting the judgment of the ICC appeals chamber on the matter of interim release," the lawyer added. Quoting an unverified Facebook page, posts on social media recently claimed that the 80-year-old Duterte was found unconscious in his room. The ICC's appeals chamber, the final arbiter of decisions made by the body, is scheduled to hold a hearing for its ruling this November 28th on the defense's appeal to overturn the pre-trial Chamber 1's decision to reject Duterte's interim release application. The Duterte camp is also waiting for resolutions on its appeal to reverse the pre-trial chamber's affirmation of jurisdiction on the former leader's case and its request to adjourn all legal proceedings because of the ex-president's declining cognitive abilities. A new low-pressure area east of the country is expected to enter the Philippine area of responsibility on Sunday, November 23rd, and has a medium chance of developing into a tropical depression within the next 24 hours. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration said. PAGASA weather specialist Obet Badrina said the LPA was estimated at 1,130 kilometers east of southern Mindanao as of 3 a.m. on Sunday. If it becomes a tropical depression while inside PAR, it will be locally named Verbena. Badrina said the weather disturbance may move generally northwest and bring rains to large parts of Visayas and portions of southern Luzon from Monday, November 24th to Wednesday, November 26th. Israel's military on Saturday launched airstrikes against Hamas militants in Gaza in the latest test of the ceasefire that began on October 10th, as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said 5 senior Hamas members were killed. Health officials in Gaza reported at least 24 people killed and another 54 wounded, including children. The strikes, which Israel said were in response to gunfire at its troops, came after international momentum on Gaza, with the UN Security Council on Monday approving the U.S. blueprint to secure and govern the territory. It authorizes an international stabilization force to provide security, approves a transitional authority to be overseen by President Donald Trump, and envisions a possible future path to an independent Palestinian state. Israel has previously carried out similar waves of strikes after reported attacks on its forces during the ceasefire. At least 33 Palestinians were killed over a 12-hour period Wednesday and Thursday, mostly women and children, health officials said. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.